very seriously. It's a lot more important than the prize giving tomorrow night we must take us to this tonight. So we go for one that looks a lot better tonight, that's for sure. So, what we're going to do is we'll reiterate memories that you are aware of, which is cool. And we also have our barbecue to be obviously eaten tonight. But we've got another wee thing that we thought would be really beneficial for you to see tonight, since it's your last couple of days at Winton School. So we've organised, and some of you in room 13 have seen this before, but there's a wee quiz that we thought we'd run through first. So it's one of those things where it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of noise, but we're going to have to try and somehow manage our way through it. The parents can be more than welcome to join in. So this should be really exciting. So Mr. Woodruff, can you get the lights first? And what you'll see on the screen will be some photos of the Year 8 students. And some of the faces have been blurred out. So your job is to try and figure it out. First one, Mr. Woodruff. Thank you. This is where we need to be nice and quiet, guys. Hit the button to see who it is. We've heard Anne and Cameron, I think. John Paul. This is a hard one, really hard one. Next button, maybe Mr. Woodruff. Obviously, it's too easy, way too easy, right? So, as you guys know, I've been here at Winton about as long as you guys, 8 years. So I've got plenty of photos that I've found on a hard drive. It's way harder when it's smaller, right? Elizabeth, now you've got an instalment of the Year 8 memories.
Year 8 memory was Deep Cove Camp when my shoe broke and we had to duct tape it back together.
My favourite Year 8 memory would probably be when I was on camp and I got John Paul to give me a glass of water from under the waterfall, and I took a sip out of the glass and I just tipped it out after he was drenched. That's it.
My favourite Year 8 memory is during camp when we were on our way back from, I think it was Stella Falls. Me and Anne, we were walking back to where we were staying, and we were just walking down the road alone because everyone else was in front of us. And we were just singing a bunch of nursery rhymes, but our own way.
My favourite Year 8 memory was when we were at the Year 7 camp, and I needed to go to the toilet. It was like just after lights out. And on my way there, I thought, hey, I'll just pop into Charlie, John Paul, and Hector's room, I think it was, and say something. So I popped in, said, there's a book and a half in everyone, that just immediately left, and then they were howling. And after I got up and went back to my room, they were still laughing.
My favourite Year 8 memory is when I caught a fish at Deep Cove Camp on a hand line. It was this big.
My favourite Year 8 memory was when in Deep Cove we were, I messed up, but I'll just try. My favourite memory in Year 8 was when, my favourite Year 8 memory was in Deep Cove when we were all sitting down doing nothing, and then all of a sudden the fire alarms went off and we all ran out screaming.
My favourite Year 8 memory was at camp when I fell into the waterfall, and then after that my friend got her foot stuck in the waterfall. So yeah.
My favourite Year 8 memory was at Deep Cove when we were on one of our walks. Mr. McCluskey said our destination was around the next corner. About 10 corners later we still weren't there.
My favourite Year 8 memory was when we were at Camp Queenstown, and I thought it was so cool because I got to the front of the line before we were about to go to the trampoline park, and then the electric door opened and banged my head, and then I spent the whole car ride sitting beside my mum crying.
My favourite Year 8 memory was when we went to Sturt Island and we saw the kiwi in broad daylight.
We thought it would be really nice, you didn't mean this easy to break it up since we've got 40 minutes to watch that. So unfortunately Mr. McCluskey can't be with us tonight, so I'll do it on her behalf. But we have some other awards to give out to lovely people. And hoping my brain has put them at the same as the people who were up there. So forget tomorrow night, these are the real awards that people look forward to and work for the whole year. Yeah, sure. So the first one we have goes to someone, the title of this prestigious award is the Shortland Street Award. And it's for someone who's most likely to make their career as an actor when they finally grow up. And that's Talia Costello. So by the sound of this one, it's someone who loses focus quite easily. So they're very serious. This is the Goldfish Award. You know how they like it? This one goes to someone for being the person most likely to be distracted by something shiny put in their face. That's Ashton North. We're not all mean and nasty. Some people are just easier than others, right? Let's be honest about that. This is the Extra Mile Award. So this goes to someone who always puts 100% into everything that she does, whether it's good or bad there, I guess. Well done, Jamie Cummins. Oh, this is one of my favourites. This is the Formula One where it is not enough award. So it's for the person who's most likely to get a speeding ticket for talking way too fast. Mr. Dick. This next one is the refrigerator award for someone who's just always calm and chilled out. Except when her face came up in the video, she lost it. Emma Hopkins. The next person is, after seeing his bloopers, we probably could have come up with a different one. Yeah. But this is the Loch Ness Monster Award. It's for the person who's least likely to be found when the class is cleaning up around him. People search for him and apparently he is there somewhere. Charlie Bart. So we can't be mean to everybody. This is the Mother Teresa Award, and if young people don't know who she is, you need to do a quick Google. This person always thinks of herself. I'm just kidding. She always thinks of others before herself. Stevie Ray, what up? And this is the, why did I all these intros say? This is the Abacus Award for someone that you can always count on when things are going well and not so well. Tristan Davis, good job. This is the Child Labour Award. So this goes to someone who was only spent one day as a Year 8 swimming helper and apparently got offered a full-time job. So Marshall. Don't accept this minimum wage one. This is the Lego Masters Award for someone who's most likely to make a career out of designing Lego and from being on TV. So that's all the stuff. I'll tell you to grab a seat and watch the next 10. Oh my God.
My favourite memory my favourite My favourite Year 8 memory was when I went to Deep Cove and went fishing and I caught a baby one.
My highlight of Winton School was Central Cup because I love playing volleyball with other people and working together as a team.
My favourite Year 8 memory was when I was little and I was so scared to meet my teacher and I hid behind my mum.
My favourite memory at Winton School was Year 8 camp when everyone was chucking everyone in a specific closet. We were all having so much fun and I may have nearly broken my finger, but those were happy memories.
My favourite Year 8 memory was at Camp Deep Cove when Mia drank too much Milo and she had diarrhea in the toilet and she came running out to me because she pushed too hard. My nose is bleeding! My nose is bleeding!
My Year 8 memory was in our Year 7 camp when we first got into our cabins and Kelly grabbed Lynx out of his bag and started bombing all of our cabins in the hostel, and all of our cabins smelled like Lynx for the whole entire time we were at camp.
My Year 8 memory was at Deep Cove where we were on our way to camp from one of the walks and me and Jamie got left behind by the group, so we almost got lost She wanted to go right and I wanted to go straight from the path, but then my dad saw us and got us a telling off.
My favourite memory at Winton School would be the time when I caught the first fish at the wharf on the Stewart Island camp.
My favourite year 8 memory was when me and My favourite year 8 memory was when me and my friend Molly were 5 years old and we were playing in the playground and Molly had a sore ear, so we went up to Miss Collett and told her that. But then I wanted to go home as well, so I put my hand up and said, I have a sore ear too. So Miss Collett said, so which one of you has a sore ear? So I put my hand up first, so I got to go home and Molly didn't.
My favourite year 8 memory was when I was about 11 or 12 at the water fight. The fireman had this big sprinkler thing that all the kids were launching their hats off, and I had the bright idea to jump through it and head first, and I hit the ground pretty hard.
We might have to go to
Okay, here we go. The first one was the Little Bow No Peep Award. And it goes to someone for being a quiet and almost silent achiever. Well done, Ronnie. I can see this one and visualise it. This is the Yes I Am Free Award. So this person is always more than happy to go out and help during class time, particularly reading, writing, maths, and sweep stones to do whatever's needed around the school. Keep the safe. This is the Module P's and Q's Award. This is the person who's got the most polite manners probably in the entire school, actually not just year 8. Nice work, you all want. So this is the BizTab Award, which is sponsored by Rolex. So BizTab is the lead tablet that we use in the office when you're late to school. So this person is probably in the entire school maybe most likely to arrive late, not just to school but probably to anything. Everyone's looking at everyone else. Congratulations, Phoenix Moody. Okay, this is the very prestigious Sports Medicine Award. This goes to someone who is most likely to become a physio because it just makes sense. You'll save so much money treating yourself. Take cane. You can explain this one. I want to hear about this one. This is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Award. This is, goes to, obviously, a boy for flexing his muscles in the water. Of the changing rooms at swimming, so definitely the Herding Cats Award. This goes to a wonderful young lady for being able to successfully wrangle nearly an all-male cheeky tank. And congratulations. This person might need to explain it as well since Miss because it's not here. This is the YouTube Award. This is for the person most likely to spend hours watching strangers dancing, monkeys falling, and cats riding Roombas. Cameron. Okay, this is the take 3,700 2 award, I think it was obvious on your memory. This is for having the talent to laugh and giggle uncontrollably in every assembly video. Naval, this person's a little bit of a dark horse. This is the Billy T. James Comedy Award. So this person always knows where the line is during a joke, and he usually doesn't cross it.
My favourite Year 8 memory was in Deep Cove this year when Maya had too much Milo and we both went to the toilet at the same time and she was pushing too hard in the toilet that she got a bleeding nose.
Whoops. My favourite Winton memory would have been when I was year 6. We were at Tough Kids. We were all being silly and said we were going to smack our heads on the orange goalpost. And I actually thought they were being serious, so I sprinted at it and smashed my head and I went backwards and then Callie ran over top of me. I had to go sit in the ambulance for a wee while and then, yeah.
My favourite Year 8 memory was probably when we were doing the adventure race and Kenny and I were in the kayak and Mia pushed us in and we went head first into the water and got drenched.
My Year 8 memory is at Deep Cove Camp when we told Cameron's dad how we entered as a school into the New Zealand Junior Ninja Warrior. We placed 3rd overall. He doesn't know, so he's finding out now.
My favourite Year 8 memory was when I was at Camp Columba and my group was on the concrete slide and I was really scary and Miss Hogg got a perfectly timed photo of me halfway down.
My favourite part of this year was being a senior ambassador because of all the jobs I got to do, like Meals on Wheels and doing the Anzac crosses.
My favourite Year 8 memory... No, I've already mucked up. My favourite Year 8 memory was probably in room 7 when Charlie White smashed my drink bottle on a table leg because Chad sat on his lunchbox and broke it.
My favourite memory... Keep stuffing up on memory. My favourite memory would probably be in Year 2 while we were at the Limehouse swimming pool. I threw Chad's glass goggles. My favourite memory would be probably in Year 2 when we were doing swimming. We were at the Limehouse swimming pool and I chucked Chad's goggles over the wall and I had to go get them. My Year 8 memories when we went to Deep Cove and we were going on like our 6-hour walk and Miss McCluskey kept saying that the top was just around the corner and she kept on saying that multiple times.
My favourite Year 8 memory, I don't know. No, I wasn't going to say that. Oh. Okay. My favourite memory as a Year 8 student is at Year 6 Queenstown Camp when we're at an old prison and Mr. Wadsworth was in one of the jail cells and when I walked in there, he gave me a bit of a fright.
My favourite Winton School memory would probably have to be in room 11 when I went to go burp in Kenny's ear and I vomited all over her.
deservedly so this one. No, more deserved actually. You missed this. So, Little Miss Clumsy Award for somehow managing to cut herself shaving on Deep Cove Camp. I think she should stand up. She knows what it is. Again, you may need to Google this, but this is the Peter Snell Olympian Award for the person most likely to return to Winton School as an Olympic medal winner for middle distance running, Charlie Ford. This is the Untouchable Award. This is one of the most prestigious ones. This person is so nice and kind, we spent hours trying to think of one thing, and we couldn't, so it would just be mean to make fun of this person. Georgia Marshall. It's a shame we didn't queue this up. If we could have got YouTube sorted for this one. If you've got a good 5 minutes, it's a wonderful thing to look at. So the Useful Useless Talent Award goes to someone who is able to sing the names of all the countries in the world on a YouTube video. But he needs to know that some of these countries don't exist anymore. He needs to update it, Charlie White. This one is the Simply Sophie Devine Award for being the next great cricket prodigy and being likely to lead the White Ferns to a World Cup victory. Kenny Hunt. This person receives the Block NZ Award. He's been involved in the Builders Group for a while and has to wrangle a lot of younger students. He's the person most likely to end up being in charge of the building site, Stephen Thompson. This is the High School Musical Cheerleader Award for the person who's always going to be there to support and encourage those people around her. Isn't that lovely? Elizabeth. This is the Mr. Clumsy Award. This person always finds new ways to injure themselves, and in my entire career is the only person I've driven to the medical centre on the first day of the year. Jamie Lyon. I'm still catching up on that work, Jamie. Thanks very much. This is the Mimi Award. The person most likely to become a future road runner and do multiple marathons. Nick Roman. I can't believe it's lost award. This is the person most likely to win lotto but then lose the ticket. Luke. And here's runner up on Mr. Clumsy. It's probably in one of your popular faces that lotto ticket. Oh, this is a goodie. This is the Sitting Not Standing Award. This goes to someone for breaking the toilet by trying to make fart noises. And I'm sure we're all going to get a great explanation when you go on out there. I think so. Greg said, Tim, want to go like that?
At Deep Cove Camp, me and my friends were pretending that we were in nature and we put mud on our faces and swim in puddles.
My favourite Winton School memory was winning the 2019 Winton's Got Talent for my division and overall.
My favourite year 8 memory was probably in Deep Cove Camp. We were walking through water to get out closer to Helena Falls and I slipped on a rock and fell in the water.
My biggest memory when I was I was 7 or 6 or 7 and I split open my leg and I just got new stitches in. I went over to the library to grab something and then I tripped over on it and ripped my stitches out. I just sat there crying.
My year 8 memory would probably have to be when me and Mia tried to sit on this toilet at the same time and we ended up knocking the back part off and denting the seat while making fart noises.
My favourite year 8 memory was in year 7, Camp Stewart Island, when Kelly in the middle of the night asked for some cookies and then went ahead and said he was going to go for a walk and started walking around the hostel. Don't know if he was either sleepwalking or having a bad dream. It was real weird.
My year 8 memory was when we were at Deep Cove and we went to Helena Falls and I got my foot stuck in the waterfall and Dr. White was struggling to get it out. Yep.
My favourite year 8 memory was on Deep Cove when we were fishing on the wharf. Oh, dang. This is hard. Okay. My favourite winter memory is when we were fishing on the wharf at Deep Cove. I caught a fish with a hand line.
My favourite year 8 memory was probably when me and the rest of the class were playing... My favourite year 8 memory was when room 13... What am I saying? I keep forgetting what to say. Can I write this down? My favourite year 8 memory was when we were playing volleyball with a student teacher, Mr. Downey, and he scored a point. I got a bit angry, called him Buzz Lightyear, and we had a good laugh about it.
My favourite year 8 memory was when we were at Deep Cove Camp and we were all sitting in the dining hall and then the parents were cooking food but they started burning it and the smoke alarm started going off and me and a bunch of other kids ran outside all the way to the fire meeting area and we waited there for like 5 minutes and no one came, so we went back inside and everyone was eating food.
Okay, our last group of awards. This is the Dewey Decent Award, and this goes to someone for always being super organised, and I'm sure it's the same at home as it is at school. Jodie Connell, congratulations. This is the Voice NZ Award, and for the person most likely to sing on national television, John Paul Rock. This is the Singers Award for being the student who's always smiling and laughing no matter what is happening. Olivia Wilson, congratulations. Yes, this was something I'd be happy to not see again. This is the Way Too Comfortable Award. This is the person for having the most promising catwalk pose at Mr. and Mrs. Deep Cove. Actually, feel free to put it on again if you wish, Carter. Look good in the dress, Carter. The TikTok Award, they might put a show on too, for being the most promising dancer, really, Johnson. This is a really disappointing one. This person needs to sort this out ASAP, actually. This is the MPI Award, so the Primary Industries Award. If that doesn't work out, Fisheries Officer, voluntary person. Because that way he might learn which fish he can keep instead of putting it back in the water mason block. Tell us about catching a legal-sized fish that we could have cooked and you put it back, that's fine. This has already been mentioned actually, so being caught between a rock and a hard place award. This goes to someone for really getting her foot stuck at Helena Falls. Jessica. Unfortunately, the next two people aren't here tonight, but this person gets the Rookie of the Year award for being the most recent addition to the Year 8 family and fitting in like he's always been here, Sam Ashwell. Give Sam a clap. Second last one is the Stephen King Award, someone most likely to have a horror novel published would be Stella Peters. And our last one today is the Everyday is Friday Award. This person always has a chipper attitude, just like he's heading into the weekend, but every day. Logan Campbell, nice work. I think this was we're going to watch the video diary out while we go and sort out the tea. Yes. Cool.
In the night I lie and look up at you. When the morning comes I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture, that bright infinity inside your eyes.
매일 밤 내게 날아가 꿈이란 것도 잊은 채 나 웃으며 너를 만나. Never ending forever baby. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are my universe and you make my world light up inside. My universe. My universe, my universe. Take my one light up inside. Light up inside. 어둠이 내겐 더 변했었지. 길어진 그림자 속에서. And they said that we can't be together because we come from different sides. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are my universe and you make my world light up inside. My universe, my universe. My universe. Take my one light up inside. 나를 밝혀주는 건 너란 사랑으로 수놓아진 별. 내 우주와 넌 다른 세상을 만들어주는 girl. 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금 이 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘. 우리는 너를 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓고 너와 함께 날아가. When I'm without you I'm crazy. 자 어서 내 손을 잡아. We are made of each other baby. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are my universe and you go right up inside my universe. My universe. My universe. 곧 만나 또 그만아 고 아로하 때문에 고 파는 또 그와가 고 어웨 투와 투네 만나 is my mountain. Keep the home fires burning so you can see clear.
brings to the end the inside part. The barbecue's nearly ready, but it might be another 5 or 10 minutes yet, so you guys are welcome to actually, I shouldn't call you kids. Well, kids can go out that door and you can have the playground for a bit. And adults are more than welcome to wait outside this
Thank